I wake up in the night to a cold sweat and the fear that perhaps I didn't make the right moves yet. To use a waiver, would it be braver to hold out for more and call this guy the savior? The 5-4 line, been on the wrong and the right side. When the stats down, you gotta look to the bright side. And when the stats up, you better not slip. 11 other teams just hoping you will trip up. GFL, the greatest in the world, yes. Number one pick, you got the world at your doorstep. Take a bad trade, it gon' be met with a protest. The professional boys with the polish of a pro step. Believe the hype. Yeah, fantasy game got me feeling like the spice of life. Give me the spice tonight with Sean Curry and Mike.
Hello everyone, the Spice is back.
Early morning,
But
near the Roosters.
it's back in a big way this week. We've really fired all shots this time. And I hope you're enjoying the new studio. We put some money into it. And
Bought a new studio.
Michael was saying, you were saying we're going to be ESPN. So I don't know if that was a joke or not, but things are starting to happen.
What a magical office we have here.
It is, sublime.
Spice headquarters.
Spice headquarters. So, we might as well get into the normal routine, and let's just have a look at we'll go straight to the matchups. Let's not worry about the standings. We normally touch on them twice, which is a bit.
Did you want to put Joel's?
Well, when we get to the category of standings, mate, we'll go over it.
Okay.
We'll go over it.
Okay, so we'll go to the
We've been double handling that topic, and the review board said we've got to cut it.
Yeah.
So, on that, we're going straight into the first matchup. And, I mean, I thought you were going to get that 8-1 or 7-2. And
It was looking likely.
you've managed to stop the bleeding. But Joel's got a nice 6-3 win, Michael.
He did.
In a week where you haven't played bad.
Well, that's true. I had a couple of interesting things with Beal with a random toe injury, and Barnes got ejected in the first quarter of a game, and so that was pretty much the point category there because it was only 35 good difference.
Yeah.
One shot field goal,
Yeah, I can relate to that.
and added Plumlee 2 minutes before the last game started.
Got to be happy with that.
And it probably just saved me.
Now, if I was winning, I'd want to hear about my team. So, Joel's had a good game. He's
Mate, look at Stephon Curry.
Wow, he's had 122, so he's really giving it to you. 21 threes.
8 steals. 122 points.
Steph Curry's really got you. And Covington's had 14 threes, so he continues to be a
10 steals as well.
potential second waiver of the year. And if, Whiteside was to drop off, and then
Yeah.
he's smoky.
Yeah. And look at Harden. Look at those two. Look what they've done to him.
Yeah, you've really copped it.
They've broken me down.
Yeah, especially yourself, who hates looking at box scores and seeing a lot of points put against you. That would be, pretty.
Yeah. Butler he's back. Butler's back. He had a really good week this week, so I'm really quite happy with that. DeRozan had a good week. Parsons had another good week.
While we're on the subject of you, Michael, word around town is your team isn't going to be playing finals. Do you believe this?
No, I think we
You just had a good production-wise. It was still.
I think we just needed
Still a
to
good week.
settle and not look too far ahead.
You said, I think, quote off Facebook after the All-Star break, things should start to come together.
Yeah. Well, I've got a good looking team. I think I need to make one trade, like a 2-for-1, shake it up.
You trade too.
No, I trade one and get two. I got one too many rotatable players, and it's killing me. I need to have two. I need to have two solid players for an elite. So John Wall is available if anyone's interested.
Whoa.
But I need to have two players that are going to be putting in for the rest of the year, not one good player and one maybe player that I end up having to drop later. So
You want something for them, yeah.
While we're speaking about my team, Lillard, I think we need to roll a clip here.
What clip am I going to have to access to get? What clip?
His huge climb the stairs dunk on Alex Lamb.
Have not seen it,
But it's good.
but I'm sure we're watching it right now behind us.
Yeah.
Very good. What a great dunk.
Yeah, it was massive.
Alright, we might roll into the next matchup. Looks like Joel had a great week from Steph and James Harden.
Yeah, and he's
Jerome Williams
back
is
on
back.
top. Yeah, after I bag, it's just the thing. I bag players, and then they just come up against me and.
Yeah, you're a bit unlucky there. On the flip side, he probably.
What did Robin Lopez do? His first week back did alright. Had 7
points,
blocks.
rebounds, and good field goal.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along.
Better go to the next matchup. Why not? Death and
You can
Taxes
take it from here.
defeated Benno's Ballers 5-4, and Luke not quite in the top 6. Oh no, sorry, Luke's fifth.
Yeah.
So here comes Luke, and he's having
Be worried, league. Yeah, league, just be worried.
he's having an up and down season, but when he's up, it's pretty good. And Benno's Ballers was competitive in this one, and he's been sneaky on the waiver wire getting Spencer Hawes yesterday.
Yeah. Bloody hell.
But it's either Rondo or Rubio or both at the same time that are missing for him, and it's just it's
So
just,
looking at the Cats,
yeah.
looking at the Cats, everything was pretty much
Set.
set.
Yeah.
The closest was probably turnovers, which was 11.
He just needs that fifth cap, and he has to decide. And I guess it must be steals by the looks of it, steals or turnovers, but couldn't afford to lose turnovers in this game.
So, Luke's best player for the week.
I normally go straight to Durant, but I'm seeing Middleton come off the page. Monte Ellis had a
Hayward.
10 steal week. He's had a real even spread.
Hayward.
Yeah, Hayward's had, you could possibly go
Shot
Hayward.
over 50%.
Look at Ellis though. Ellis has had 10 steals. Had as many assists and only had 2 less frees.
He was a pig with his field goals, and he was shot 50% without shooting.
That's a good point.
So, what do you
Either
reckon?
either, mate. You can go Hayward or a lot of players are contributing for him. Dwayne Wade might do Luke's shopping for him. I think it's on the table.
Yeah.
But he's a player.
I think you just got to sit on Wade. I don't think you can get much for him.
It's a hard thing in this league these days. It's really hard to trade an injured player. And the other thing that I was going to speak about is it's really hard to trade a player that you pick up off the waiver wire that has really good opportunity. You know, like 3 or 4 years ago, if someone picked up Spencer Hawes, there'd almost be an offer for him. And sometimes that offer would be like a reasonably good player. Now, Spencer Hawes might not be the best example, but maybe like Hassan Whiteside after his first week of getting like 10, and 4 blocks.
People putting offers in.
Back in the day, he probably would have got like a Zach Randolph or something of, mid-round value immediately. These days, people want to see almost not just 1 week, but 2 weeks of production out
Seeing what they can do.
of a new player. And I reckon that's a game changer. Like, I think our game's changed a lot because of that. You don't see that anymore, and it used to be really common. Bang! Dingo's picked up Spencer Hawes, immediate trade, and it's all done on before Hawes has even played his second game.
Drummond had an alright week, minus his foul shooting, but you got to expect that from Drummond. I'm just trying to look at sort of who. Giannis was probably his best with 7 blocks and 44 rebounds, 13 assists, 78 points.
Yeah.
I reckon. What do you reckon?
Tristan Thompson there, so he's obviously made his appearance on his 11th team. Do you have Tristan Thompson currently?
Oh, I do.
Yeah, so probably.
I do, and he had a 57% field goal game.
Fantastic,
when I picked him up. So like that.
If only he was consistent.
No.
All right, next matchup. So Monsters Inc. versus the Fellowship, and Toby's won this 5-4.
Toby, you called it. You picked Toby on last week's show.
I picked him on last week's show, but my long-term thing was I picked him not to make the 6.
Yeah.
Well, he is currently 7th, but I think another team in free fall other than yourself, Michael, is Gavin.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing too well of late, has he?
And he's had under 300 rebounds this week, so 280. So he's obviously made an adjustment there, but he's lost his steals by 3. He's nowhere near any points. His threes are way down. His free throw is never going to win it. He doesn't have a 5th category at the moment, Michael. You got field goal, rebounds, blocks, turnovers.
It's a little bit like
Used to be
myself. You
threes.
just got to find that extra cap.
He's got to find that extra cap. I think the game's just changed where a team like Toby now is shooting 62 threes. And I think 6 weeks ago he wasn't shooting that.
No.
I think. But I think like the lower sides, well, Toby's not really the lowest side, but a lot of the teams outside the finals have restructured their categories. And they're no longer, you can just, I've got that category. There's no gimmies at the moment. Toby's best player would have to have been, Aldridge is up there. Probably go LaMarcus Aldridge.
Caleb with 11 threes.
Yeah, Caleb or Brook Lopez with 8 blocks. But yeah, he's had a nice spread there. Derek Rose has had a quiet week for him.
Jeff Green had a pretty solid week other than his field goals.
Yeah, it was alright.
And Brian Roberts as well, which he picked up a couple of weeks ago when Drew Holiday went down.
Yeah, so he's got him for cover.
Kemba Walker.
CJ Miles had 8 threes as well, and Eric Gordon, so he's getting 16 threes off waiver wire / trade. So
do you think it's time Gav pulls that pin on the grenade and gets rid of Dwight Howard?
I said it last week. Dwight, yeah. Well, we talked about Dwight last week. I'm pretty sure it was last week. I mean, it was pretty early, but it's another situation where now he's injured, so you're probably limiting yourself to a top 4 team potential buyer. The bottom side's not going to really buy an injured player. And then what value can you get? I don't know. I think he should have been traded earlier in the season, but that's just my opinion. He's not the same. He isn't currently the same. But I mean, he has plenty of bigs as well. He could probably still move another active big, like a Chandler maybe, and then get something, bring something in. He needs it's been a few weeks now, and he's only slightly losing. He's got a strong hold on 4 categories,
but he just needs one extra.
He doesn't have a 5th one, and I was in that trap last year. I fell into that trap last year. It's really tough, and you've kind of got to trade your way out of it. Almost, I feel. How can you get out of it? How's it just going?
You either just sit there and just keep having 4 or 5 losses, or you try.
You can manage 4 or 5, but now that he's gone to 6th spot, you kind of want to get a few wins in a row, just to stabilise it.
Yeah.
Next matchup. So, I can't believe it. Josh's team, Michael,
is off the bottom.
Has defeated Downing 6-3.
Off the bottom.
And exchanged spots with Downing. And Josh McMillan, God forbid, I would never have thought he would get off the bottom of the ladder, and he is off. Now, am I wrong in that? In my assessment that he wouldn't get off? Yes, I am wrong. Believe it or not, I am wrong many times.
No, but it's the end of the season. It's not.
I did trade with him to help give him the depth required.
And so did Joel.
To get off, and so did Joel.
Conley
to get off the bottom. So he has a better team. Because he's got I thought Wiggins dropped off. He still had a decent week. That's still a decent week.
Yeah.
And Isaiah Thomas is 60. That's fine. Yeah. So and Jarrett Jack.
Yeah, Jarrett Jack.
He had a lot of turnovers though. But he's got a 6-3 win in Downing. Oh, this was the year that was. Downing, which almost got comment of the week. It might be comment of the week next week, who knows? But Downing said when's the draft? Had a comment. When's the draft?
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that last night at like 3 o'clock in the morning.
It just hasn't worked. I mean, last year Reggie Jackson was a stud, and his other player, Lance Stevenson. So,
what was Morris doing?
I
think he's the 10th player. He's in a very slick category of I think he was 3 of 20 or something.
That's not good. 3 of 21, cut it.
No.
Scroll down a bit, mate. We can't see him. Okay. So Josh's best player, maybe Thad Young, Mike Conley.
Oh, you'd nearly give it to Isaiah. But no.
Not quite.
I'm going to give it to Conley, I think.
I'll give it to Conley or Thad Young. I'd go Thad Young, but either any'll do. I mean, Downing still has some good pieces. So, as I said, Lance Stevenson didn't come on for him. Reggie Jackson, another one you could throw in there would be Fareed. I said to Dan after the All-Star break, but it might be too late. So, even if he does.
What was I saying? What was I saying
You know,
first few
you
slices? I was saying drop him.
Yes, you did. You said the first few spices dropping. I would not drop Kenneth Fareed. I wouldn't drop him. Nah. And he's had a few good weeks since then as well. He's probably had, out of 10, he's probably had 4 good weeks and 6 bad ones.
Jason Smith's getting better numbers than what Fareed's getting. And he's on the waiver wire.
I wouldn't drop Fareed because once the new coach comes in.
Mate, it's got nothing to do with coach.
Well, I mean,
Because he's got
he's
got 2 mothers.
Every year, Denver have a shit start to the season, pretend they're good, have 400 bigs, and then it gets to the All-Star break, and either the coach goes, or they decide, hey, we're actually pretty shit. You know what, Fareed? Fuck it. I can't be bothered manipulating the rotations all the time, so you come off at the 5-minute mark, don't come on to the last 4 minutes of the second quarter. I can't be fucked doing that. You know what, Fareed? I'm just going to leave you on the court, and he'll do his thing, and he'll be fine.
You reckon?
Unfortunately, yes. Obviously don't draft Fareed, knowing this. It's what I stood back, like, let him have it, boys. But, yeah, we just wait.
You just wait?
Well, this prediction can't come true till after the All-Star break, so I can't make Fareed good for you now. Got to wait for him to play.
I don't think it would come good for anyone.
Well, he came good last year, and he was probably worse than this, okay? He was probably worse, because he wasn't even getting minutes. He was getting like 17 minutes, or under 20.
Valanciunas was sat a couple of times. Different lineups. They were going a smaller lineup with a couple of their. So he had a pretty average week. His best player would probably be Kyrie Irving again.
Yeah.
Kyrie Irving or Cousins.
He had 12 threes this week, Kyrie Irving. He had 11 in one game against me last week.
Yeah.
Fuck, Kyrie Irving's killed me both times. And I used to not rate him. Used to not rate him at all. He's a fucking good offensive player.
Yeah.
Like I say, he's not the best. Like, John Wall's better. And every time I play Kyrie Irving in fantasy basketball, he absolutely blitzes me. All I see is amazing. Go change matchup. Next one. So
You can talk about this one. So.
it feels a bit weird saying this, but I've defeated Willow 5-4. I always thought I was always calm about this matchup. But at the same time, Willow had a really good start to the week. And
We're just looking at his team.
I don't know.
It's not that bad.
It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. He's definitely traded well. I really don't know how I won this matchup because a lot of my waiver moves were made to try and get steals, which I lost by 8.
Yeah.
And steals and turnovers, which I lost by 9. So I was trying to get one of those categories that I lost. Now, when we started the day, I think...
Did you pick up Shabazz?
Yeah, it's this morning. When I started the day, on Monday, yesterday, the field goal percentage was me around 44%, and Willow was 46, maybe even 46.6%. He's dropped his down 26 shots, and I've gained like 2 or 3, and 1 field goal by 2%. So
there's the matchup.
To get a justice, one can only, for me to win this matchup, he's had on Monday, Leonard shoot 29% field goal off 17 shots. Danny Green shot 22%. Paul Millsap, 20%.
When he's been average.
Wesley Matthews, 22%. Roy Hibbert, 22%. Thank God Kevin Martin shot 42%. And Brandon Wright shot 2 of 3 to make 66%. So some phenomenal field goal drop here for him to actually lose this. It's actually amazing that how it's worked, because I've won by 2 shots and he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, and a lot of them are mid-round value, or even Leonard's like his second, third pick.
Yeah.
Millsap, 20%. So it's amazing.
Just crazy.
So it feels weird that they're winning this one.
So your best player, Clay?
I want to give it to DJ Augustine.
Yes.
I had assists in the bag, but just for production purposes, he really
7 threes, shot 100% foul shots, 38 assists.
free throw midpoint of the week was in doubt or going to be close, and Augustine really steadied that. The assists 38 were unnecessary. I 1 assist easy, but he still had 7 threes and 79 points.
Second week with Ariza.
Really good week for Ariza this week. Really good week. Yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with that. Sorry, Gav. Nick, I don't know what Nick Young was in and out. I think he's back. I haven't actually followed down players. I think Gerald Green was in the doghouse. So this is a really good trade for me, this one. So hopefully Ariza can keep it up. Howard going down as well. So Gavin's having a shit little run.
Yeah.
But thanks, Gav. I've had Mello as well miss a lot of games.
Carter Williams.
Missed the week, basically. Played 1 game. Carter Williams is the kind of guy.
I think they're sitting him until after the All-Star break, and he's only got a 2-game week this week. So
This was a good week for me not to have Carter Williams, because field goal I won by 2 shots.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have won field goal if Carter Williams played. And I didn't really want Carter Williams flirting with my free throw. And I was trying to win turnovers, which I thought was the only category besides steals I could get. So he might have helped me in steals, but it's probably a good week for me not to have him. So my points were a little down though.
And Dave's best player?
I reckon Kevin Martin, because he had 8 steals and he really was a surprise packet. I didn't think Kevin Martin would.
You're going to look past Brandon Knight?
Yeah, I am. I won threes. I won assists.
Okay.
Just going from inside the matchups. I mean, Leonard was on track to be his best player, but he blew out on the last day. And Millsap had a quietish week
compared to what he's
by Millsap's standards.
Yeah.
Kant is really good at getting your points, rebounds.
He's been really interesting this season.
Yeah,
he's stayed on teams this year.
He can score. I think he's pretty young. I think he's like 23.
Yeah.
So he could still turn out to be a good offensive player.
Alex Len hurt a little bit, being out for the week.
Yeah, definitely hurt him a little bit. Oh, yeah.
Not too much, because he'd already won blocks by a fair margin, but
yeah,
the extra field goal would have been nice. Next matchup. Didn't I tell you it was a lock? Nick.
Who did I predict? I predict Nelson, eh?
I went Nick, but I also said the top 3 is locked.
Locked. I'm a category behind this guy, mate. If I beat Nelson 6-3 this week, it's a 2-game, 1-game week. It's a lot of luck this week. This week's a lot of luck.
It is.
Anyway, let's just do it justice. Nick, aka, I don't even know. He's kind of like Leonardo DiCaprio off the Titanic. He's gotten out of the bottom class. He's made it to the top deck. There's Joel. He's thrown him off the boat. There's Nelson. Thrown him off the boat. I'm a captain of this ship. This is how we run things now. He's active.
Well, when's he going to hit that iceberg?
Well, Blake Griffin was a tip. tip of an iceberg, but I think he's got a pretty good side as well. So I think he can probably weather the Blake storm if Hassan Whiteside returns and continues his production and blocks, rebounds, and points, field goal.
When you got Westbrook going crazy, look at that. What a week.
Yeah, Westbrook's had a massive week. Fuck. Westbrook always, he's another player that always kills me. See the stats.
Anthony Davis.
All right, so Nelson's won field goal by 7 shots. Threes, Nelson's won by 3. Points by about 29. And, Nick was probably, if anything, Nick was unlucky to win. Not unlucky, but if anything, Nick could have poached more categories, made it a 7 unlikely or 6-3. Maybe a 6-3 is more realistic.
Yeah.
So Nelson's definitely done well to secure 4. And as I've said earlier, in this league this year, as long as you get 4 categories, that's a pass. I almost don't even call it a loss. It's almost not a loss. I was about to lose at Willow 4-5, and I was just like, doesn't even matter really. It's one category.
Well, if I had lost 7-2 to Joel, that could have been season ending right there.
Having said that, I'm sure 6th, 7th, and 8th are still view 4th is a pretty bad loss, but as you said, like every category counts. If you can save the loss, sometimes that can be just as good as anything. So another thing that we do is anytime a message comes up on Facebook while I'm recording the show, I have to say it. So Toby's just put one through. Hey man, Jeff Green for Nurkic. So sorry, there's nothing I can do, Toby. I've got to say what comes up. And you never know when I'm going to be filming. So hopefully that doesn't deter anyone from messaging me.
So what do you think about that message while we're on it?
I love the Wild Bull. He's an inconsistent motherfucker, but so is Denver in general. So I want to ride that bull.
And so is Jeff Green.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'd be probably sticking.
I've only got 2 picks, I think. So if you can, I don't count Boozer as big. I count him as kind of like a small forward that can score.
Yeah.
And can't defend. Next matchup.
We haven't even gone through any of the players.
Keep stalling me.
Anthony Davis had a pretty big week. He even hit a 3.
Yeah, game winner 3.
Bradley,
We'll get to him.
He might figure in another
No
segment
segments there, I guess. But
Chris Paul for his new side.
Yeah, he's done well. We'll talk about that a bit later. He'll be handy, but I still stand by it. I'm still very happy with the trade.
What are your thoughts on Chris Bosh? He's slowing down a little bit, don't you think?
He's slowing down a little bit. He's still going to score a lot.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the fact that he's kind of, anytime there's an excuse not to rebound, he won't rebound. So we've got Whiteside now. It's not really rebounding.
Yeah.
And as we start to lose games, I think our game plan falls apart a little bit. So our post play, I don't think we're running much structure at the moment. The rotations, the lineups are fluctuating. Wade's been out for a long time. So you just kind of see him basically, not street ball, but there's a very long leash at the moment, the way Miami's playing, which is affecting the way Bosh can get his stats, just for now. But every week changes. So, he still scored 62 points for the week, so it's still...
Nick's got to be really, really happy with Drew Holiday going down and Tyreke Evans just going hammer and tong most weeks.
Yeah. 38 assists from Tyreke Evans, so he knows how to play point.
Yeah.
Fuck. He's had more than Westbrook. He's had a massive week. Bledsoe had a child and missed the game.
He actually gave birth to a child, or his lady friend gave birth.
It's a good one. I think his lady friend did. If I had to take a guess. Josh Smith had a good week.
Other than the foul shooting, but
so he's got a lot of good guards. Good guards.
Yeah, I'd be giving his best player to Westbrook.
Yeah,
happy with that?
Easy. Next matchup, man. Okay, so we're done. Now, Michael, we're going to go to an ad. Something's come up. And they said they've got to put it in. So, just going to say bye for now, and we'll go. Cut this ad. I don't know what it is, man. Wow,
That's fantastic. It is.
Feels like, some kind of, that was like a bit of a wrestling promo almost, that one.
It was, wasn't
Yeah, but he's,
it? It'd be good to have him in.
yeah, five-time GFL champion is coming to the Spies. And he'll be, potentially, hopefully, if all things go well, to do kind of like an interview, almost kind of session, almost like 30 for 30, ESPN, or maybe 60 minutes, or maybe
Four corners.
before the game, or four corners. Who knows? We'll get him in the room and we'll interrogate him, Mike.
Will we?
Interview him. So on that, we're going to go keep things rolling, and we're going to go to waiver of the week. Now, there's a one-horse race one.
Yeah, no questions. There was no one that you'd even consider going above this player. So
Let's just, without further ado, roll it out.
Avery Bradley.
Who Nick dropped, and his opponent Nelson picked up on the Monday. And what did he do, Michael?
Ranked 56th, 33 minutes per game in that week, 49% field goals, 80% foul shots, 2.33, 17.8 points, 2.8 rebounds, 1.8 assists, nearly a steal, and only one turnover.
Fantastic. So really good for Nels to find that kind of player off the waiver wire. For Nick, commiserations. For myself,
It's the worst. You drop a player and then they do something.
I'm not too stressed. I mean, it is the worst when it immediately happens, like in Nick's situation. I reckon Nick could be hurting more than I am. But for me, I need to roll on. I need to keep cycle. I'll play the waiver wire, find different players. Maybe that was a Jared Jack that I dropped Avery Bradley for. Maybe it was, could be several players that have been considerably good for me.
Did you see what happened when I dropped Jason Smith?
Do you have 10, 6
Had
and
14
5?
rebounds or something.
Fuck. So, yeah. Mello was out though,
Yeah,
which would have meant
yeah. I dropped him because Cole Eldridge.
Lance
was
Thomas
coming back.
started, which meant he would have needed Smith as a bit of a, guy doing the dirty work.
Yeah.
Next, trades of the week. There's been two. Downing's team traded with Nelson. Downing gave Nelson Tobias Harris. Nelson gave Downing Joe Johnson and Lou Williams.
Now, Nelson, this is really, really good stuff from you. You have flipped Lou Williams at his peak, where I can still consider him as a waiver player.
Oh, he's been on Nelson's team the whole year.
No, his last couple of games, Lou Williams hasn't been all that crash hot since he's traded him.
Yeah, can't argue
and Joe Johnson for Tobias Harris, and I just think Tobias Harris is a really, really good player. Been trying to actually twist Nelson's arm and try to get Tobias onto my team, but I just reckon that is a really, really good deal. Like how I see it is just Tobias for Joe Johnson. That's how I see it. Because you can find someone of Lou Williams' standard on the waiver wire.
Yeah, I mean, 2-for-1's always tricky.
And I understand Dan's probably looking for a bit of depth to steady the ship.
Depth can help the lower sides, unfortunately. The reality of it is, they've normally, lower sides need an extra player contributing well. So, yeah, I don't think it's a bad trade for Dan.
I just think it's a really good trade for Nelson.
Yeah, I think the top team's getting what he wants, and the bottom team's getting what he wants in this case. I mean, Lou Williams has to be somewhat valued. He's been on Nelson's team the whole year. I think he'd be one of the better free throw players. And going off one game, yeah, that's not good timing for Dan, but it's one game, Michael. So
James Johnson's starting now.
Starting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to go to Toronto and make a few calls and get updated with that situation. Next trade. Drum roll. Chris
You're the
Paul.
one that did it, so
Well, Chris Paul has been moved for LeBron James. This was a very simple trade of two very highly regarded assets. And Nelson was in the office, and I basically just touched base with Nelson. I said, "You're in the office?" And Nelson said, "Yes, I'm in the office." And I said, "Wow, we're both in the office." And he's like, "Do you want to move anything?" To me. I was like, "Not really, man. I'm just in the office, which means that if you ever get wowed in the office, things happen." And, things quickly move from Bosch because, it's just probably not going to work at the moment. And I sort of said, "Look, you know what, mate? Boy for boy trade." And he goes, "I know what you want." And I go, "Boy for boy, let's bring him back." And he goes, "Send it through." And sent it through and it was done. So we didn't exchange names, we knew who it was. And we made it happen. I'm happy with LeBron James. I reckon he's going to have a good second half. Chris Paul is Chris Paul. Don't need to justify that.
2-game week in final though for LeBron.
Yeah, I've got to get to the final to worry about that. Yeah, so let's not jump the gun. Okay, LeBron James can really go at it. So I'll worry about that when the time comes. My team shouldn't. It might play into factor. I mean, LeBron James is highly turning over the ball this year.
Yeah.
Maybe the guy needs to sit down again if I can get enough guys to bring points in. So I'm not worried about that's the least of my concerns. If I make the final, I'll be that. It's like Tom Brady of the Patriots. You just get to the final and then things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the grand final that he has 2 games. Yeah, not the first round. He has 3, doesn't he?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he has 3. So yeah, calm. Nelson got the point guard he's probably been looking for a while. Joel, I think in the end, I mean, despite I fucking didn't see Blake Griffin going down, that obviously helps Chris Paul's value. But I feel that I can. I play Nelson this week, so let's just cut the fucking setting up all the tools. I play him this week, so we'll see how we go.
That's what I find. That's what I've been finding is that teams actually are a lot stronger in assists now coming up against me in this category that I was really good at.
Yeah.
And now that's that one cat where it's sort of going either way, and and now with Chris Paul on his side,
You probably. Do you want Ty Lawson back? If you had that trade again, what was the trade?
Well, not really, because it netted me DeRozan and Sullinger.
Nah, Sullinger was. Did you get Jefferson?
Yeah, I had Jefferson and I traded him for
Did you get
DeRozan and Al Jeff, and then I flipped.
Who'd you get for Ty Lawson? DeRozan and Al Jeff.
Yeah.
Who'd you trade Ty Lawson and who?
Gortat, who's
and DeRozan. Yeah.
And then I ended up flipping Al Jefferson, Sullinger and Beal.
Yeah. Sullinger had a good week.
Yeah.
And as I said, Beals is injury prone.
But why can't Sullinger get to the games?
Huh?
Or practice or whatever it is.
I don't know. There was a blizzard. Maybe that had a factor. I don't know. Everyone else got there. Not too sure. We are dawdling for the first time this session. Top 10 players of the week. Number 1.
Westbrook.
34 points, 9. Wow, he almost averaged a triple-double in 4 games.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Shot over 50%.
He's beyond player of the week. He's like ascended. That's really good. Steph Curry 2nd. Whiteside gets 3rd off 2 games.
Oh, boy, told you he's back.
Jimmy Butler came back. Yeah, 4th. My boy, Ariza, 5th. I didn't even know his rank was 5th this week. Wow. Look at that. And James Harden 6th. So you really got your ass handed to you by Joel.
Yeah. 2 players in the top 6. Kills you.
7th was Kevin Durant. Yay! 8th was Pau Gasol. Good week from him. So, finally.
I don't think he liked me poking fun at the trade last week.
Maybe.
Like, where's Pau?
Isaiah Thomas and Jarrett Jack got in the top 10 before Gasol did in a week. So it took 3 weeks. But, fuck, that's alright. Lost rebounds, though. I haven't won rebounds with Gasol, I think. Brandon Knight, 9th. He had a good week. He missed a game as well. So, if only you've had another game for Willow. 10th was Davis, who hit the game winner and hurt his shoulder. And I play Nelson this week. Hopefully Davis misses everything. Sorry, Nelson. I know he's your boy, but he's not mine. That's the top 10 done.
Done.
Okay, so we're going to go through... we'll go through Facebook comment of the week. And I don't have the image in front of me. I'm going off the top of my head, but I'm sending from Joel, who said something along the lines of conversation he had with Nick, and Nick said that he's the leading contender for the title now.
Yeah.
Something like that. I thought it was pretty funny and pretty good from Joel. That was an easy comment of the week. Yeah, I've actually got the image, so you should be seeing it right behind us right now. So,
Yeah,
it's all good. We're going to go into standings to finish, or start to wind things down. We're almost there, guys.
and
So-
next week's matchups. Obviously.
yeah, of course. Now, Joel's got number 1 for the week. He's back on top. I think Nelson's had about 6 weeks on top there. So Nelson's a game and a half back. And he faces myself, which we'll get into. Basketball, the hottest commodity in town, lost Blake Griffin. So how he responds this week will be interesting. He's 9 games back. Myself is 10th. And I'll have a nice 5-game pass between myself and Luke, who's 5th. So that's a bit of a gap for the first time in the top 4 from the bottom. From the bottom, 8. Luke's, as you said, 5th, but he's also equal with Gavin, and only a game clear those two of the Fellowship and Keyboard Warrior. So that's the
And
hot.
I'm playing Luke this week.
That's the
Match
hot
up
one.
of the round.
Wow. So yeah, you've had a few matchup of the rounds, Michael. Every game's important,
Well,
but it is a big one.
This is it. If I lose here, I think I'm going to be Richmond. I think.
Yeah, I said the call. I said could be Richmond on the cards, and I'm just sensing a little bit. I mean, your schedule. Wow, how many have you lost in a row? 3,
4,
4.
I think.
It's damning.
No, actually, I had a 5-4 win over Josh.
Yeah.
So I'm 3 losses out of the last 4.
Mother of Willows, Benno's Ballers, Franks and Beans, and Downing. The biggest difference there is Josh is off the bottom. And half a game clear, but he's off the bottom. Willow's kind of... I think he can... Willow can get a good big win somewhere. 7-2 somehow. I think he can close the gap on... he's not 100% out of it. Obviously not statistically.
Yeah.
But easier said than done getting those 7-2 wins. He needs a big win.
The thing is, like I said, he's got a decent side under him.
He's got a decent... He's changed his side. Obviously, his last 6 games have been much better than his first 6.
Yeah.
Matchups. Almost there. I'll give it to you. I'm not going to argue with you. Matchup of the round, obviously, is Richmond Keyboard Warriors versus Luke's Death and Taxes. 8th versus 5th. Loser goes home for you. And if Luke loses, he's still in the hunt.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you need to win. Now... Joel gets a week off.
And it's just a shame that it happens in All-Star week when there's limited games being played and limited ads being made. So it's just the luck of the draw in terms of what your roster
I'll tip you.
schedule is.
I'll go, mate. I just can't see I can't see this becoming a situation where you've had such a good start to the year, yet you could finish in a similar position as last year. So
Luke's got it. He's got it. Yeah, he's got it.
Taking all the pressure off yourself.
No, like I've looked at the matchup and I've looked at his players playing, and I don't think I can get him.
Should mean you get the turnover category though.
I don't think I can get him. He's going to need to have a couple of per weeks, just like from players that generally play well. They've got to have some bad week. Bad week.
Joel's playing Downing. I'm going to go Joel. He's got a week
Joel.
off. No disrespect, Downing. Obviously, the draft date's important. But yeah, Joel will take this one pretty comfortably. He'll kind of have his way, trying to manipulate and architect his way to get 7 categories here. Gavin plays Ben. 6 versus 10th, and arguably just as important game for Gavin as it is for you.
You'd think Gavin would win. You'd think.
Unfortunately, Ben doesn't have any 3s.
Yeah.
So Gavin's going to take that category, and that's probably going to be the 5th category he needs to win. So Gavin will win. Mother of Willow versus Frank and Beans.
Go on, Josh.
Going Willow. I reckon Willow's got a good side. But it'll be close.
Go on, Josh.
Josh's team is rolling right now.
He's going to make playoffs.
Didn't get match up of the round. 4th versus 2nd. Chris Paul versus LeBron James. Apparently, I'm the one loading up Nelson, so I get to face Nelson and see
Prove everyone right.
see what the big bad wolf is all about. His boys versus my boys. It's going to be a boy for boy kind of affair, and and we'll see. But you got to pick someone, mate.
Just trying to think of games played.
Davis injury scare, but I mean I don't have a major blocking side. I don't have a blocking side really. So
Well,
you should still take the category.
I am going to go with you, Sean.
Last time I led about 8-1 for about 5 days, and he made it 4-4, and he was unlucky not to
Yeah,
win.
Wesley Matthews hit like 87 threes.
He had 26 threes, I think.
Yeah.
He doesn't have Wes.
No, he doesn't anymore. Anyway, there's one more thing there.
Barnstable versus Toby. So probably, definitely equal matchup of the round.
Yeah.
Toby.
It just has just as many repercussions as mine and Luke's.
Yeah. Toby, if you can win, I'm going to go Toby, just because I want him to win. Because if you can just kind of beat down Nick a little bit, then that means it takes less pressure on me to take out Nelson. I can kind of I lost by 4, but Nick lost by 3. Kind of thing. Yeah. So, but I think Nick will win. But I want
Nick's
Toby.
got 3 injuries though, doesn't he? You've got Griffin, Teague's injured.
Whiteside missed the last game, but should be back. I think he's probable. Whatever.
All right, I'm going to go Toby.
Okay, you can go Toby. That's fine.
Even though I reckon Nick's locked in the top 3, but I reckon Toby will win 5-4.
Fair enough, man. All right, we made it. Hope you enjoyed the show. A bit better.
Hope you liked our office. We got to pay pretty high price in rent,
Yeah.
but
It's all right.
you got
You worked a 16-hour shift or whatever you did, so that helped cover the lighting costs. So that was good. All right, guys. We'll see you next week, and hopefully, Nelson, you've been taken care of. Take care of the big bad wolf.